Yo, welcome to a very special edition of Watch This Podcast Artist Interviews. I'm joined by none other than the incredibly talented P.Money. What's good, P.Money?
How you doing, school? You know, P-Money in the house. What's going on with you?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm glad we're able to do this. I'm glad we're able to see each other face to face finally, as a this podcast, we all about the culture. We all about, talented individuals such as yourself. I've been, very, very attracted to your music from the first time that I heard it. Shout out to Bernadette and Uniquely Coordinated for helping to put this together.
Big shouts out. Go Burn.
Yo, word. Shout out to Burn, yo. So, yeah. So what's going on? Like what you got going on right now? Like, you just chilling?
Yeah, I'm chilling. I was actually listening to some of my music. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually working on another track I'm writing called Back and Forth. I've been inspired when I went to the ocean. I had this beat and I was like, man, like I could hear something to it, right? So I go to the ocean and it just came to me. So I've been working on this track for a little bit of time. So I was down here just, writing down some, listening to some vocals and everything.
So you went to the ocean. What you mean? Like, what you was on vacation?
I'm always traveling. I literally just got back from Cancun on May 4th. First time out the country, so that was a blessing. I got to jump in some cenotes, like 20-foot jump, you know what I mean? Straight down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
How was that? That was crazy?
Oh man, it felt so free. I had the little GoPro camera in my hand, so I jumped. Whoo, camera coming down the water with me. So it'll be some exclusive footage coming real soon, you know what I mean?
Oh, wow, wow. And you said you was inspired to write some music while you was out there, huh?
Yes, the water is motivational. It frees my spirit. Every time I have the opportunity to go to the ocean, I love Miami Beach. Shout out to Miami and Virginia, Myrtle Beach, all that. But something about that ocean breeze and that force that come from that wind, it just gets me in my zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not for sure. I can definitely relate. You got definitely take advantage of that because it's not every day that you're in that environment. You feel me? So speaking of
Exactly.
environment, you're from Ohio, right? Where about in Ohio?
So technically I'm from Kent, Ohio, Kent Rough Riders, you know what I'm saying? We on the map. So I reside currently in Cuyahoga Falls, though. It's only about 15 minutes down the road. We're about 30 minutes south of Cleveland. Nice suburb, So big 330 area, hence the 330 on that P-Money.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Shout out to the whole Ohio, man. One of the co-hosts of the podcast, Truth, he from Ohio. Don't get me lying about what part, but I know he's from Ohio, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So he's cool dude, and y'all got some good people out there. Are you a sports fan? Like you messing with any sports out
I
there?
do. I mean, I love the Cavs. I love the Browns. Gonna be a Browns fan until I go. I can't cap. I also do like the Ravens, and I know that's a little bit of conflicting, but
Mm.
Baltimore, Maryland, that's also some of my territory. So I like the Falcons. I'm big into football. I love football.
Okay. But more so than basketball, more football.
I would say a little bit more. I'm equally. I used to play basketball growing up. I was in a little free throw competition, so I definitely like to get athletic too. I play anything:
Oh, you a hooper.
volleyball, tetherball, tennis. You know what's up?
Word, nah, competitor. Like that's what it sounds like. And I could tell from your
Right.
bars though, like you know what I'm saying? Was you ever into like battling, like anything like that with your rapping?
So speaking of grind mode, I got grind mode Cypher on there. You can kind of see me there. This is when we was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's a little snapshot of me rapping. So what we do with grind mode, shout out to GME and GMC. So it's everybody coming together. We all get sent a beat and then we write our bars and we go do it. As far as battle rapping though, I have the energy and the anger for it. And I know that I'll kill it, but I haven't really got into it yet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, nah, I mean, because I can hear it. Like, I can hear it in your lyrics a little bit, and the energy that you bring. It does sound like you would be somebody that might, battle and stuff like that. You interested?
Oh, I'm totally interested. If the opportunity arises, I'm all about it because I think it's a great outlet for my anger, for my rage. Everybody always say, why you rap so fast or what's going on, twist a little. And it's that energy. So, it ain't nothing to step up to a battle and just slice it, especially freestyling. I love going off top.
Okay. And speaking of like your rap style, who's some of your like influences and inspirations that got you into rap?
Gosh, man. Number one is Eminem. Eminem, shout out to you, M, man. I swear I grew up listening to you, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow, man, he's crafting it in a different way than I had ever heard before. Big shout outs to Bone Thugs and Harmony. Big shout outs to T.I., Jeezy. You feel what I'm saying? I love J. Cole. I love Drake. I love them deep, passionate, motivational speakers. Kendrick Lamar, you know what I'm saying? All that good stuff.
Okay. Now you talking about like heavyweights with the bars though, you know what I'm saying? Like for real. and you being from Ohio, you know, you mentioned Bone Thugs. I know you got a record that you put out, Slaughter That Music with Krayzie Bone.
Sir. Yes, sir. Slaughter That Music. This is the cover art. It's available everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, TikTok. You can make an Instagram story to it, Facebook, you know what I mean? And blessings to that, you know what I'm saying? It was an amazing project. I had the honor of being with the living legend on, you know, shout outs to you, Cray, for everything, all them bars you spit, you know what I'm saying? It's a high energy track, and we slaughtering that music, you know what I mean? Cutting up them notes, and to me, it's just a message of expression, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a dope record. I mean, you that's something, you know, as artists, like, people don't always get the opportunity to do records with their inspiration or with legends in the game. You feel me? So kudos to you for being able to do that. Like, how did that come about? Did y'all have like some type of, like, you know, connection through any type of means? Like, how did you get on that record? For those that don't know.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. So last year I put myself into a competition called Too Hot Radio competition. I had took first place in the Myrtle Beach area, and then I had advanced down to Atlanta. And when I was down there, I had a cool chance to meet some people, Boozy, Gunplay, and them. And I reached out. I was like, you know what? This is my first leap of faith. Other than the grind mode ciphers I did, I said, let me go, let me put myself just out there and let me just network. And so I reached out to Krayzie Bone directly, and he messaged me back, and I said, oh wow, this is a blessing. Hold on. Well, you know,
Wait, hold on. You just messaged him, like, just straight up, like, just
I sent him a track and I messaged him, and he hit me back within it didn't even take probably 48 hours. And I'm like, oh wow, you know, that means he checked me out. Yo, hey fam, look at this. That means he looked my page, because you know, you gotta scope the project before you gonna, you know, go ahead and ace it and work with it. So I was like, wow, I felt very honored that he took the time to message me back, that he felt like I was, you know, quality enough to be on a track with him. So that means a lot to me. Sometimes I still sit back and I'm like, wow, this is real, yo.
Look, closed mouth don't get fed. You feel me? So that's a message to all artists, you know, aspiring artists, anybody on their grind out there, man. Like P.Money right there. That's a testament. You know, she just reached out to someone who she looks up to and said, yo, let's do a record. And now, fast forward, she has a record with this artist. You feel me? Like,
yes.
Don't be afraid to reach out to people. I mean, they're human, like, you know, and they have ears, like you said. He probably went down your page and was like, yo, like, she tough, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me do this record. And boom, like, y'all was able to create some art together. So man, kudos to you. Shout out to P.Money for that record. Slaughter That Music. You said you can hear it on all platforms.
You can hear it on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. YouTube. It just hit 12,000 streams on YouTube. You know, thank you to all the honest, all the true, all the loyal fans. We totally appreciate you for that. You know what I'm saying?
12,000. Wow. And then I see, like, after, I mean, I checked out that record, and then we got, what is it? You know, I put racks in on my bag, you know, just trying to get
right. Hey,
that's the new joint.
We hanging outside. Yeah, that just dropped that about 9 days ago. I love that track. You know what I'm saying? It's like every time I write a new song, I just get exhilarated. I get high. I'm like, this is it. This is it. They get better and better. And, you know, for me, it's the beat. I hear the right beat and the words just come to me. You know, Rexing on my baby, you know, just trying to get right. Just boom.
That flow crazy, that melody that you caught there. So speaking of beats, like, where do you normally get your production? Is it in-house? You got people that you mess with locally? Like, where you get your tracks from?
So I do actually have we have a lot of artists here down in Portage County and Summit County area. Big shout out to Eli Nash. He's the one who engineered that track. But for the beats, a lot of times I reach out. I can't lie, I love Chase Run It Up beats. I love Kingmatic beats. You know, shout out to them. It's just that type of hype energy gets me going. But also I do have a really good producer and artist. His name is Gallo Loch Ness, and he makes really, really good beats. He's great at remaking beats. If you have something that you like, but you were like, hey, I want you to kind of bend this a little bit, put a curve here, reverse that. Definitely fire. So I kind of have a wide variety. I actually was also blessed. A Canadian producer, he had sent me a whole bunch of beats. He said, I like what you got going on, and I want to work with you. I want to build up. And so I got probably sitting on about 100 plus beats. And I actually, the song Back and Forth I had just mentioned to you that I'm working on, that track is actually a beat by him. So Last Atlantis. So shout out to him as well.
He sent you a pack like that, like 100 beats?
I'm talking about like a love pack. I'm like, wow, this is official. Yeah.
Wow. Shout out to him. Yeah. What's his name?
Last Atlantis.
Last Atlantis. Wow.
Yeah, that's LAAT.Atlantis. Yep.
So I mean, you seem like you're like, I mean, you definitely got momentum. Like you're making music, you're making moves. Accomplishments are coming. Let's go back a little bit though. Like, how did you get into it? Like, what made you like decide that you wanted to rap or pursue this, as a career?
So, when I was younger, I've always been into music. I was always the one, the kid tapping on the pots and the pans, making the beats and the rhythms. And the first time I ever did hear some rap music, it was like Eminem, and then I believe it was like Lil Jon and East Side Boys at CD. So, back in that time, yeah, Get Crunk and all that.
Music,
And
yeah.
so I started kind of making my own and rapping their words. And I'm like, wow, I could say every single word here. And then so one day I decided to make my own words. And I asked one of my friends, I'm like, hey, say this. And they said it, but they just couldn't say it how I said it. They couldn't make it pop, couldn't make it rhyme, so I asked a couple other friends, hey mom, hey cousin, say this. And they just couldn't do it. So a light bulb went off in my head and I said, whoa, you got a talent. You got something that I don't think everybody has right here. So then I continued to build from that. I wrote my first remix to a song, 3-6 Mafia, Late Night Tip. I remixed it and I called it Impatient Shit. So I kind of followed the harmony and the vibe when I was young, just to put my own words in it. And from there, I just been writing songs. I like to mix freestyling and I like to mix, when I hear a beat and I got my feelings.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure, for sure. So 3-6 Mafia, a 3-6 Mafia beat was like one of the first joints that you wrote something to.
Yes, it was. Yes.
So when Bone Thugs and 3-6 had their verses, you must have been like front and center watching that joint.
Yeah, I was watching. I'm like, wow, they lit, man. They was going.
Yeah,
So
nah, that was a good one. I mean, it got kind of wild, but as far as like, from a fan's perspective, like that energy was just high and the music was dope. I mean, I'm definitely a fan of both of those groups. Um, so that's dope. So but you said something interesting though. So you said that you kind of got into it because you was coming up with like, I'm guessing like bars or flows or something that when you would ask somebody else to try to say this, they couldn't say it. They couldn't
yeah,
say
for
it.
instance, yeah, exactly. I'm like, I say something around like stay cheaping on that, reaping on that, creeping on that. So I said, go ahead, say that, say it like that. They like stuttering and couldn't even make. And then when somebody could say it, it was the sound that was missing, that voice, that tone. So I'm like, yo, like you got you a voice here, cuz, and we about to build with this.
Yeah, you got something going for you. Like, yeah, like for sure. Like you definitely do. You definitely got like a unique, style and everything. And so what do you have any like full-length projects or like, what's your, I guess, resume as far as like what music is concerned? Like what you got?
Yeah, so right now I'm finishing up a couple tracks. I keep mentioning back and forth. I have another track called Real Life. I've been going through this. I don't necessarily want to call it transitioning phase, but when it comes to music, I have always been an aggressive, fast, passionate, angry rapper. And so lately, the past 3, 4, 5 songs I've been writing, I've been toning more into my music. I got a track called, my feelings. I got a track called Hit That Left. And I heard the right beat and the feelings got mixed with it. And so these last few tracks that I'm working on finishing up right now, they're my life story, what's happening for real. One of the tracks is called Real Life. I got another track called Further in Life. And it kind of goes like, if we listen, more than we speak, we'll be so much further in life. Further advise you to work on your mind. Purpose aside, we got hurdles to climb, searching your find. So for me right now, the very first album is set to be released by the end of this year, but I gotta finish these last few deep tracks because we got some vibes, we got some money making tracks, we got that slaughter that music, you know what I'm saying, to hit that left. But now it's really time to go ahead and tell the whole rest of the story and let people into a side of P-Money that they have no idea even existed. Tell you who I really am.
Okay, yeah, not for sure. And I mean, it's an interesting time, in music as an artist or even just a content creator. You kind of state back that you kind of early 2000s is like a huge part of your influence is what it sounds like to me, like some of the music that came out around then, you said like Lil Jon, East Side Boys, M and stuff like that. And back then it was different than it is now, as far as like what is capturing the people. I feel like right now people have like a shorter attention span. That's why you got so many like TikTok and Instagram reels. Like, how have you been maneuvering in that space? Like, do you have like a TikTok following? Do you mess with that at all? Are you interested in that?
So, I'm always into evolving and technology, and I was always like the big tech savvy person. And what I'm saying, I'm super busy with real estate school and all that. But at the same note, I do have a TikTok. P.Money on the track is my TikTok.
Okay.
And right now, my goal is to engage at least once a day on every single platform to try to, get more followers and expose myself. Because I look at some of these TikToks and I'm like, this is absolutely ridiculous, and it has 54 million views. you know. So
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I'm realizing that is the way to go. There's also this new app that I just got involved with. It's called Music Swipe with a Z. And it's a small little 15-second clips. You add the music and then you add a visual. So it gets a lot more people
Hold on, what's it
involved
called
and
again? I'm
engaged.
sorry.
Music Swipe, Music Swipe.
Okay.
Apple Apple Store app.
Okay.
But you
And
can, get on it on a
you gotta
browser.
put videos together and stuff.
Yeah, it's basically you upload your track and then you can add, a little 15-second visual. It could be anything. It could be you on a jet ski, it could be you know what I'm saying, swinging on swing, whatever that you feel like to go with it. And the idea is to, create engagement and let you know what the fans are interested in at the moment. Exactly how we're talking about.
Yeah, not for sure. I mean, and it's and people that come up with apps like that, they're making a killing because like that's where we are right now, as a, I don't want to say industry, but as art. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way that people are consuming their art. So that's why I always like to ask that question. So okay, so you spoke about some of your influences. You mentioned Kendrick Lamar as somebody that you're a fan of, right?
Yeah. I like, some of his older stuff, it's like swimming pools and money trees. Like, whew, those are definitely in my faves.
Have you listened to the new album at all?
I'm not gonna lie. I think I've maybe heard a song or two, but I have not had a chance to listen to it. I've been
Okay.
seeing what everybody's saying though. Say he preaching through that.
Yeah. No, it's definitely. I mean, um, it's. I mean, Kendrick is dope to me, if as an artist. Like he can rap, but he has his own thoughts, his own concerns, and what he wants to put out in his music. You know what I'm saying? The message that he wants to portray. So it may not always like be what the fans want to hear or the masses, want to hear. People want to turn up, have a good time, and all that kind of stuff. And it's like Kendrick has a different cause when it comes to his music. So I feel like you have to listen to it with a certain ear to
I agree
really
with that.
appreciate what it is. You know what I'm saying? I personally, I like it. It's still growing on me. I mean, I haven't like, dug like deep into the album, but I was cutting my grass yesterday, and I had it playing, which is like I tell people all the time. I consume so much music while cutting my grass, like that's like because it's time that I have dolo to myself. I'm not no distraction, and I can really hear it differently than if I'm like, in the car and different things are happening. But cutting grass is that solo time that I get. So I listened to it yesterday a lot, and a couple of joints called me. As a fan, as someone that likes Kendrick, you should definitely give it a listen. I think you get something out of it. And just as an artist, Kendrick is like he's a double time like rapper, kind of like you, like with your the cadence that you be riding a lot when you be rapping. It's like you rap fast.
Yeah.
As does Kendrick. So like, Kendrick, Eminem, Krayzie Bone, like, I'm saying? These people, they kind of, you got to have a certain ear to be able to catch, all the shit that they saying. So I think somebody like yourself, it definitely fits that scheme. And you mentioned how you're trying to get more like in touch with your feelings with your music, and Kendrick is, he's that kind of artist. I mean, not, the two hits aren't too much, but he's dope, you know what I'm saying? And the album is good stuff. You also mentioned that you're in real estate school. What's up with that?
Oh, yes. So, I have always envisioned myself, owning, flipping, rentals, all that. Growing up, HGTV was the vibe. I'm watching Flipper Flop. I'm watching House Hunters. As a youngin', my stepmama had to remind me, I was on the phone 10, 11, 12 calling, like, is this house available? So I always had that mindset. I've always been advanced, you know what I'm saying, for my age. But they're going to balance each other out. I am a person of many trades, we shall say. And so when it comes to this real estate school, I'm super close. I have about 3 modules left in principles and practice, and then I can go sit for the Ohio exam. And I plan to sell a bunch of houses, and I plan to invest and have rentals because I want to build. My logo right here, PLE, that stands for P.Money's Lyric Empire, because I plan to build an empire off my lyrics in every way you could imagine. You know, I want to have these houses and invest that money into the music. Then when music pop off with all that good money, take that money and invest it in more real estate, and everybody around me that, of course, I love. We're going to take care of, you know, our people and put on for them too, with their real, you know, realistic expectations. A job for everybody, a place for everybody, property management, owning some, you know, drive-throughs. I want a storefront. There's, my vision is beyond, you know what I'm saying?
You talking
Beyond
some good
sky.
shit. You talking some good shit right there. I mean, you know, you want to take care of your people. You know, you understand that. I mean, people always gonna need some place to live. You know,
right.
and buildings, whether it be commercial or residential. So yeah, I think that's a great trade to have. I'm actually in the industry. I'm not in real estate per se. I'm in the mortgage industry though. So that's kind of what I do for a living. They work hand in hand, right? And so yeah, I definitely support that. I definitely support people just having, you know, like you said, different trades. You know, I tell people all the time, I wear a lot of hats, figuratively and literally. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's good to have your hands in different pots, because, you know, multiple streams of income is always the ticket, because if one thing not working, something else will. If they both working, you all the way up. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's good to kind of have different things working for you. So I definitely want to wish you much success, you know, in that endeavor. You're doing the right thing.
And appreciated. Yes, yes.
Word.
The book 48 Laws of Power. I've been reading that as well. And you know what I'm saying? That book has a lot of different, you know, captions about the 5-6 different streams of income. And if you read the book for what it is, but take it for the lighthearted, because some people could read the 48, you know, laws of power and they could kind of use it to be grimy. But if you actually take the message in that book and you know, you just keep putting everything in order, puzzle pieces will come together, and then before you know it, your empire is right in front of your face.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, I'm familiar. I mean, I didn't read the whole book, but I've definitely gone through it and looked at different laws and different things like that. And I understand, like, yeah, it's some people put a negative spin on it, but they don't understand that it doesn't have to be used that way. You know, the knowledge is the knowledge. You do with it as you please. You know what I'm saying? You can use it to help yourself and to help others. Or the other side could be true too, but it's up to you, the person. Like, who are you and what are your intentions? You know, but yeah, because power doesn't necessarily have to be used for evil. Like, you know what I'm saying? Power can be used for good. And that's why I think there's some great elements, you know, in that book. Just the whole concept of how to leverage your power. So that's good. That's good. All the things you're saying to me, I'm like, wow, like you definitely on a great path to do some great things. Let me just check out my notes here. You mentioned PLE.
Yes.
Okay. And you said, what's that?
So PLE is my business. So it's my publishing business, you know, all that stuff for the royalties and all that. But PLE is P.Money's Lyric Empire, because I want to build the empire off of these lyrics. Also P Linger Entertainment. So it has multiple meanings there. You feel me? Also shout out to Visions to Reality. That's Visions 2, the number 2 reality. So, you know, that goes hand in hand with this. It's, you know, got this lovely backdrop. And she also does balloon arcs, events, you know, get you the venues, anything you're looking for, wedding planning and stuff like that. So, you know, this also goes in just to the huge vision that I see. So just building up and launching that out, you know what I'm saying?
PLE, and do you have a logo for PLE? Is it behind you or?
Yeah, so this is my logo,
Okay.
P.Money, and then PLE is also on there. Shouts out to Brittany Franco for going ahead and making this as well. Shouts out, yes, yeah.
Okay, you got any merch yet?
So that is we are working on merch right now. I did have wristbands, money bag wristbands, and we sold out of it. It was so cool. We actually had the money bags, you know, emoji on there. It had my TikTok, P.Money on the track, Instagram, P.Money 330, and then YouTube, you know, with the link so you can get straight to it. And this is my QR code. It takes you straight to my Spotify and all that.
Look, you sit here like reminiscing about the wristband because you sold all of them, meaning like you don't even got one for yourself. Like you made sure you moved all of them joints, like every single one. Nah, you about your business. You about your business. I can definitely relate, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to stuff like that. It's like, look, I'm trying to get this stuff out there, you know what I'm saying? So that's super dope. I think it's really good though. Like I said, I mean, I just want to reiterate, you sound like you got a really good head on your shoulders. You're doing great things. Your music sounds great. You know, you're making connections, you're making moves. that you're transitioning into the understanding that the short term or short form content is valuable, using the app that you mentioned. And I just really expect to see great things out of you. Now, we do on the Watch This podcast, we have a segment, it's called Gun to the Head.
Oh,
right?
sure.
So Gun to the Head, what Gun to the Head is about is, if it's real simple, we've done it a few times on the show. If somebody was to put a gun to your head and say, hey, you got to recite your favorite lyrics or somebody's record that without messing up, or you dead, like, what record would you do? So I want to give you an opportunity to give us your Gun to the Head verse live here on Watch This podcast interview.
All right.
You ain't got to tell me what song it is or nothing. You could just go.
All right, I got some skeletons in my closet, and I don't know if no one knows it. So before they throw me inside my coffin and close it, I'm gonna expose it. I take you back to 73. Before I ever had a multi-platinum selling CD, I was a baby, maybe I was just a couple of months. My faggot father must have had his panties up in the bunch, cause he split. I wonder if he even kissed me goodbye. No, I don't. On second thought, I just fucking wished he would die. I look at Haley, and I couldn't picture leaving the side. Even if I hated Kim, I grit my teeth and I try to make it work with her release. For Haley's sakes, I maybe made some mistakes, but I'm only human. But I'm man enough to face them today. What I did was stupid, no doubt it was dumb. But the smartest shit I did was take them bullets out of that gun, cause I'd kill him. Shit, I would have shot him and them both. It's my life. I'd like to welcome y'all to the Eminem show. I'm sorry, mama. Hey, shouts out to him, you know what I'm saying?
You nailed that shit too.
That music, you feel me?
You nailed that shit too, flow wise too. That wasn't an easy one to do, man.
I appreciate that.
Shout out to P.Money, man. Look, again, I really am just grateful for the opportunity to talk to you. Shout out to Bernadette. Shout out to Uniquely Coordinated. I want to give you an opportunity to shout out anybody you want to shout out, anything that you want us to know before we get up out of here. Like, what's up?
Of course, shout out to my mama. Thank you, mama, for raising me. Without you, mama, there would be no me. Shout out to all my family members, my loved ones, you know what I'm saying, my wonderful girls. Shout out to Vicious to Reality. Shout out to Eli Nash, okay? He on the way up. He also has the track out, you know what I'm saying? Big stuff on the way with his major wave. Shout out to Oshada, one of the best engineers and producers I ever done came across. You feel what I'm saying? PLE on the map, period. All of Ohio, all of everybody doing their thing. Shout out to Positive Energy. Shout out to Blessing It Forward. Shout out to Showing Love. All this negativity, all this hate, we don't want that. Shout out to Good Things, baby.
Love it. Your energy is unmatched. Like, again, thank you so much for joining me today.
I appreciate you having me, man.
We're going to definitely stay in touch. I'm going to support you any way that I can. I want to see you win. We want to see you win, so it's just really dope. Again, shout out to Bernadette, shout out to Uniquely Coordinated, shout out to P.Money. Word up. And stick around. I'm going to stop the recording, but we can still chop it up for a little bit.
All right, where's Scoop?
Watch this.